Hey everyone, it's Jordan, and welcome back to the series where we're building AI agents from scratch. Last episode, we built Scout, which is a research assistant that can search the web and format answers however you want. But today, we're making Scout even more powerful. We're taking Scout from a one off research tool to a continuous research assistant that works for you 24/7. We're going to be covering how to add knowledge so Scout follows your research standards, how to set up triggers so Scout runs automatically, and how to connect integrations so Scout can take real actions in your tools. By the end, Scout won't just be answering questions, it'll proactively do work for you. And honestly, this is where agents get really fun. Let's jump in. All right, so to start this episode off, let's open Scout. Right now, Scout searches the web for information, but it doesn't have any context about how to research or what sources to trust. What if you want Scout to follow your research standards, or prioritize certain sources, or even use specific citation formats? That's where knowledge comes in. Knowledge is basically Scout's reference library. It can be guidelines, standards, procedures, whatever you need Scout to remember and follow. Not only that, but it can also be a database of information that it can dynamically pull information from. Let me show you how to set up knowledge. First, we need to create a knowledge base. On the left sidebar, click Knowledge. Then click the Upload Knowledge field and select knowledge that you want to add. For this demo, I'm uploading a research guidelines document, which tells Scout how to evaluate sources, what citation standards to use, and which sources to prioritize. Once you've uploaded your file, you'll see two options. One is to add all to prompt, and one is to allow the agent to search it. The difference between this is that add all to prompt puts the entire document into Scout's prompt every time it runs. It's good for small documents like guidelines. The allow agent to search function uses RAG, retrieval augmented generation. Scout searches the document only when needed, which makes it better for large documents or databases. Since this is a small guidelines document, I'm going to use the add all to prompt. Once you've selected this, you'll see the file uploading. Once it's uploaded, you'll be able to click into the knowledge and see what it contains. In this case, it's a PDF, so the PDF has been hosted on the cloud, which is available to Scout. You can see how the document has been added to the prompt by going into the prompt section and scrolling down to the bottom. You'll see a document reference, which is essentially the document being appended to the end of the prompt. I'm going to go ahead and add a heading as well as a short description just before the knowledge reference, just for cleanliness. Now let's go ahead and test it. If we save the agent, go to the Run tab, and ask a question like, what are the most credible sources for AI research? You'll see that it's actually pulling data from that document that we uploaded to Knowledge. Scout now has standards to follow. It's not just finding information, it's finding credible information based on your criteria. So Scout can search and follow your standards now. But right now, it only works when you ask it something. What if you want Scout to proactively keep you updated, like a daily digest of the latest AI research, or a weekly deep dive on a specific topic? That's where triggers come in. Triggers let your agent run on a schedule or when specific events happen. To set up a trigger, go to the Triggers tab on the left and click Add your first trigger. In this pop-up, you'll see a few options. You'll see API triggers, integration triggers, and even recurring schedule triggers. For this demo, we're going to set up a recurring schedule. So let's go ahead and click the daily recurring schedule, and let's fill out this form. Now, I'm fine with the name being daily, but let's go ahead and change the schedule to something like 8 a.m. Now, for the sake of this video and when it's being recorded, I want to show you how this trigger works. And currently, if I set it as 8 a.m., it's not going to trigger for hours. So for the sake of testing, I'm going to go ahead and select 5:15 p.m. In the instructions field, write a message that you want the agent to receive every single time the trigger condition is met. So at 5:15 p.m., I want Scout to receive a message that says to search for the latest developments in artificial intelligence, evaluate sources using the research guidelines, and compile a brief summary of the top 3 most significant findings. Once I've constructed this message, I'll go ahead and click Continue. And that's it. I've just set up a trigger. Now let's test this. If I wait until 5:15 p.m., you'll see a task automatically create itself with the message that I defined. Perfect. Scout just ran the scheduled task and gave me a research summary. Now, every day at 5:15 p.m., Scout will automatically research the latest AI developments and send you a summary without you asking. You can set up as many triggers as you want. Daily summaries, weekly reports, alerts, it's all automated. It's so sick. All right, so Scout can search, follow your standards, and run automatically. But what if we want Scout to actually do something in the real world? Like send you an email with research findings, update a spreadsheet, or save reports to your cloud storage? That's where integrations come in. Integrations let your agent connect to the tools that you already use. So let me show you how to set one up. In this tutorial, we're going to be setting up the Gmail integration. So let's go back to the Build tab, go to the Tools tab on the left, and let's click Add a Tool. This time, let's search Gmail. Let's click on the Send Gmail Email tool, and let's click Add Tool. You'll be prompted to add a Gmail account, and this is where you authorize an account that you want to use to retrieve data, send data, or interact with a platform through that account. Now, if you've already connected a Gmail account, then you can go ahead and select it from the dropdown. If you haven't, you'll need to click the dropdown, click Add Account, and then Authenticate. There's two ways of doing this. One is clicking the dropdown and clicking Add Account and authenticating. The other option is going to the home screen, going to integrations and API keys on the left-hand side, going to the Google integration with Gmail, Calendar, Docs, and API, clicking it, connecting an account, and then authorizing through there. Either way results in you authenticating your account so your agent can use it. So let me go ahead and complete the authentication here. And now you can see that it is a selectable account. Once I've selected the Gmail account, go ahead and click Continue. And now we've added a Gmail account that Scout can use to send emails. The last thing that I want to do here is add an email address for Scout to send emails to. So let's scroll down to the To Email field, go to the field's entry type, and change it from Let Agent Decide, which has the agent autonomously enter a value, to Set Manually, which allows us to manually set a value for this field. In this field, I'm just going to put my own email address because I want Scout to always send research summaries to my email. Now we've finished setting up the Send Gmail email tool. But just like with any other tool, we need to tell Scout about this inside of the prompt. So let's go to the Prompt tab on the left, go to the Available Tools section, and add a new line where we reference the tool and add a small description telling Scout to use this tool to send research summaries, reports, or important findings via email. Now let's go ahead and save Scout. Then we can actually test this integration. Go to the Run tab and let's send Scout a message that asks for an email of the latest AI research developments. If we wait for this to process, then you'll see that Scout has actually sent us an email. If we expand this box to see the tools that Scout used, you can see that it used the Send Gmail email tool. If we open it, we can see that the email body is actually the research summary that we asked for. Now, let me check my inbox. And there it is, a complete research summary, properly formatted, sent automatically. You can do the same with Outlook, connect Google Drive to save reports, or use Notion to organize findings. This and other integrations is how you connect your agent to the real world. And that's it. You just supercharge Scout. It can now follow your research standards, run on a schedule, and connect to your favorite tools. Scout's not just smart anymore. It's actually useful in your day-to-day workflow. In the next episode, we're diving into multi-agent systems, building your own AI workforce where multiple agents work together as a team. But for now, you've got a seriously powerful agent. Here's your homework. Try uploading your own guidelines or documentation. Set up a trigger for something you actually need, and connect a tool you use every day. Like I've said before, the best way to learn is to experiment with the tools at your disposal. If you have any questions or get stuck, drop a comment. I'm reading all of them. And if this was helpful, hit that like button and subscribe because we've got more episodes coming. All right, now that's episode 2. See you guys in the next one.